my God, how dare you?
I just think we go over spellcasters, and if you want to start with Warlock, I'm okay with
Hell yeah.
Fuck it. You can start anytime you want to again. We're just talking, alright?
Huh? Are we still doing?
Yeah, go for it.
I probably need to sleep.
You want to go to sleep?
I probably need to sleep, yeah.
Is that what you want to do,
Yeah.
Seth? I mean, you don't. Do you want to go over Warlock?
I do.
Then go over it.
Specifically?
Yeah, we'll just do Warlock.
Okay.
We're not going to go over a whole bunch of shit. We'll just go over one more. And then we can just be done with it.
Alright.
We'll do one more episode specifically for Warlock and be done.
Aye.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no.
We're going to go one more today before we go to night-night because we've been working all day.
Yeah.
But welcome to another episode of Tracking Coffee where we go over another class-specific. I think we're just going to do classes at this point on these because it's just fuck it, right? This is some big stuff and there's a lot to talk about. So today's specific class that we're going over, because he wants to be a selfish,
I want you to be
but that is
selfish.
fine. We will be going over the optional class variants that have been recently released on Unearthed Arcana for the Warlock. So if you're ready to go over some new Warlock things, stay tuned. Remember, before we do anything, hit that notification bell if you haven't, and if you're watching on YouTube. And if you are watching via podcast, remember to follow us and if you want more content from us and give us feedback on the question of what you guys think of the new Unearthed Arcana Warlock optional variants that they have on the Wizards of the Coast website. So let's get into Warlock.
See, look at the bird. Look at the bird. I'm a warlock. I cast Find Familiar.
Okay, so
I cashed it.
there's a reason why you want to go over Warlock, right?
No,
there isn't. In Dungeons and Emblems, a podcast and an adventure or campaign that I run on both our YouTube channel and is a separate podcast as well. If you want to check that out, just look up Dungeons and Emblems on any podcast site. If you want to watch it on YouTube, just look up the AC2 High channel.
AC2 High.
He plays Jack Truth, a gnome warlock of the Kraken, or the Kraken in our terms.
Truth, brother, for the third.
And he's just, when he saw these optional class variants, he was automatically talking about, like, I want to use this, I want to use it.
Wow.
We'll just start going into it, right? Just being an idiot.
Gross.
Spell versatility. First level Warlock feature, it enhances pact magic. Whenever you finish a long rest, once again, all the classes are getting this.
Once
you
again?
You can change a spell that you have on the Warlock spell list after a long rest.
Makes you so much more useful. You
were so limited, man. So limited. Once again, if you want to look at our Warlock video or the past Warlock episode, we talk about our love of Warlock and the couple of regrets we had with the fact that it was, once again, so limited. With spells, I mean, the spell slots do not change. If you're looking for that, that does not happen.
Spell versatility is there.
That's what matters.
But, I mean, it's the fact that you can't change them up. And you only have 2 spell slots.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. But they put that in there. And it's really great, right? I agree. I think it's really great.
That's what I said.
And after that, we get some more Warlock spells. Starting at level 1, you get Thunder Wave.
Thunder.
Second level, you get Knock. Which is good for, I think, if you just want to open shit. I don't know why you would use it, but like, I have it as Trixie because they're abjuration magic.
Yep.
That's why I have it, but like, I don't really have opportunities to use them. Because I have Maxi. And Maxi just is like, I just want to open it. Like, I can technically do it, but like,
and
fuck
it's
it.
the fact that there's like a 300-foot audible sound.
Yeah, just like, boop, boop, boop. Someone's doing some weird shit.
300 feet's pretty damn long.
And it's loud.
Yeah.
That's really loud. 3rd level, you get Animate Dead, which is good for all you edgelord warlocks that love necromancy. I'm looking at someone here.
I'm not too sure what kind of warlock would ever want to animate the dead.
Life
That's sick
transference.
nasty.
Life transference.
That's sick nasty.
From Xanathar's Guide. It's also something you can have access to.
And it's interesting too because of what you get next at 6th level though.
5th level.
Create homunculus. I think that's what it's for mostly.
I know, but you literally just get 5th level.
Oh, but I know, but I'm talking about because life transference would create homunculus. Dude.
Okay. I know you're excited, but chill out.
I'm not.
5th level, you get Mislead, Modify Memory, Planar Binding. Really
Okay.
good spell. And Teleportation Circle. You get access to Teleportation Circle as a Warlock. Isn't that a bitch? That's crazy. I think that's a cool thing to have access to. Optionally.
Wait, I thought life transference gains.
What are you thinking?
Okay, no. I'm right. Correct.
No, I was thinking you were right.
No,
I was
correct.
like, oh, wait, are you trying to
Am I
confuse
wrong?
yourself? Because please don't.
Yeah, I did it. Yay.
And like he was saying, 6th level you have Great Homunculus. And this one's the most interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Jar, which is the most bizarre and interesting spell out there. If you ask me, it's
too
bizarre.
It's too OP. It doesn't make
It's
any
literally being able to transfer somebody's soul once you already transfer your soul into an object and being like, okay, I'm waiting for somebody's body to be right here, while your original body is limp. And if somebody walks by and you're just like, I want that body, you could just be like, and their soul's in there and you take that body.
It's a thing that it doesn't. The only time the spell ends is either if the container is destroyed,
It's OP.
or if you just end it.
But the thing is like, I don't know why you would end it. You literally have an option of just having that be permanent.
You are Lord Voldemort.
You can literally be permanent with that.
You
It's
are
ridiculous.
Lord Voldemort.
7th level, you get access to Project Image. Also pretty decent as well.
It has mostly storyline
Purposes.
yes.
Yes. 8th level, you have access to Aldazan's Horde Right now. I actually don't know what that is.
What are we looking at?
I probably am botching the hell out of this. Abi Dalzim's Horde Writing. I have no idea what that spell
I'm gonna
is.
Google that thing because it's Xanathar stuff. So
While he is looking at that, 9th level you get Gate, which is really great. Weird, amazing spell as well. Very warlocky, which makes sense. And Shape Change, which is also
okay.
very
I'm gonna go
warlocky.
ahead and read this Abi's Dalzim's
Okay,
thingy.
what is
you
it?
draw the moisture from every creature within a 30-foot cube centered on a point you choose within 150 feet. Each creature in the area must make a con save. Constructs and undeads are not affected. Plants and water elementals make the saving throw with disadvantage. They take 12d8 necrotic damage, or half as much on a successful one. Non-magical plants in the area that aren't creatures such as trees and shrubs wither and die instantly.
That's ridiculous. But that's
Yeah.
very warlocky.
Oh yeah, that sounds
That sounds very warlocky, so I
Very
think that's
edgy.
very appropriate.
very edgy.
Sorry, I'm so used to, like, we played online as well, and most people who play warlocks that we've come across have played edgelords. I didn't play a warlock that was an edgelord. I don't consider Jack Truth an edgelord, but he has edgelord tendencies.
Oh yeah.
But he is not an edgelord, and it's a stereotype. It's not necessarily a bad stereotype, but it is a stereotype. So a lot of these is just like, it just instantly ticks in my mind, edgelord. That's me. After that, we get into the juicy bitch of Eldritch invocation optionals, which means that the original options for this can be potentially exchanged for that if you ask your DM. So there is a new Eldritch evocation which has to do with a talisman. So we'll just talk about that part right now, right? Do you think we should forward?
Forward to the talisman. This way, everything else makes sense.
Yeah, I think we go over talisman first.
Yeah.
I don't know
why they ordered it like that. It's really it was an odd choice.
But I think we just go over talisman first because
Exactly.
it's going to confuse the hell out of them.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'd rather not because it confuse the hell out of us.
Rebuke of the talisman. Prerequisite. Pact of the talisman feature. When the wearer of the talisman is hit by an attacker you see within 30 feet of you, you can use your reaction to deal psychic damage to the creature equal to...
Should we go over the pact itself?
I didn't. Oh, sorry.
That's what I think we should do first.
Yeah, I've messed up. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
Sorry, Pact of the Talisman.
We go over the
First.
pact.
First Pact of
And
the
what
Talisman.
it is and what it means, and then we'll go over the pact,
Yeah,
the talisman
right.
features, and then we'll go into the other ones.
Assassin, guys. Pact of the Talisman. First of all, your patron gives you a special amulet, a talisman that can aid you or anyone else who wears it when the need is great. When the wearer makes an ability check with the skill in which they lack proficiency, they can add a d4 to the roll. If you lose the talisman, you can perform a 1-hour ceremony to receive a replacement from your patron. This ceremony can be performed during a short or long rest, and it destroys the previous amulet. The amulet turns to ash if you die.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar. So that's an interesting one that you can literally, like, this has so many, once again, because
Such a
Warlock
class.
is roleplay.
Roleplay heavy.
You give somebody your coin and say, guys, I'll be back. If that thing disappears,
I'm dead.
then that means I'm going to. That is such a strong, like,
Connection.
yes, like you literally sitting there with your friend's life in your hand,
Which is
and
ridiculous.
it starts to just wither away, crumble, and it's gone in the wind, and you're like,
Oh, he's dead.
that's a crying moment right there. You're like, not even seeing him cry, like dying, is like,
Way worse.
it's like just seeing his this life force, his piece that he left behind you for safekeeping is just gone.
Kind of creepy, too.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I like it. And since we decided to go over this, we'll go over what the talisman features are. We're going to go a little out of order than what is ordered on the Unearthed Arcana. This just makes more sense to us and for us to explain to you guys. So go over the features itself.
I'll just go over the one at the top. This way it makes my life easier.
Yep.
Bond of the Talisman. When someone else is wearing your talisman, you can use your action to teleport to an unoccupied space closest to them, provided the two are you on the same plane, and the wearer of your talisman can do the same thing using their action to teleport to you. So you are several light years away from each other. This is a hypothetical. This is not even like you use one action and you're just right there instantaneously.
It's cool.
It's
just cool. It's just cool, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing else about it. There's no need to explain how cool this is.
Like, once again, this is like if you have that warlock that likes going in by themselves,
There you go.
and they get, or even if you just accidentally get yourself in danger,
They can just be like, I'm here with you, bro.
exactly. It is
So cool. It's so interesting. It makes
Yeah.
combat way more interesting if you decide to go this pack, man. It's neat.
Yeah, no, it's that right there alone. I know it's a 12th level ability,
Yeah.
but still, regardless, that
It's strong. It's good.
so good.
It's good. Let's go over the other one. We'll look to
So the other one,
Protector of the Talisman.
protection of the talisman. Okay.
Yeah.
When the wearer of the talisman makes a saving throw, which they lack proficiency, they can add a d4 to the roll. So this honestly, what this does, it gives you basically bless. actively all the time. If you decide to go with every single talisman feature, you're getting super blessed. You're getting like a super bless.
I think that's crazy, man. I think that's crazy cool.
I mean, it's like you can't use it on attack rolls.
But still,
So what?
it's crazy cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right after that is like the one that you get right away.
The rebuke of the talisman, which I was reading before. When the wearer of your talisman is hit by an attacker you can see within 30 feet of you, you can use your reaction to deal psychic damage to the attacker equal to your charisma modifier and push it 10 feet away from the talisman wearer.
Dude, this is just such a cool
So,
thing.
I mean, if your wizard is being bogarted by this giant dragon
you can just be like, no, stop.
for free. I mean, yes, it uses your reaction, but who cares? You
have a
wizard
reaction.
is no longer dead.
You have a reaction, though.
Yeah.
It's really fucking cool. I just think this is just a cool pact. And then, after that, we'll be going over the other optional stuff, which are optional variants to the original packs, or like pack features.
I mean, once again, I feel like all of these right here,
Are just better.
yeah, and some of them DMs will say are too strong.
And that makes sense.
Exactly.
I can see it. I can see it because I agree.
Exactly. Chain Master's Fury. This is a bit underwhelming, but as a bonus action, you command your familiar to make one attack.
Path to the Chain, where you get your familiar. Speaking of which, we'll just do the rest of the Path to the Chain stuff. Instead of the original prerequisite, the investment of the Chain Master, when you cast Find Familiar, you infuse the Summon Familiar with a measure of your Eldritch power granted the creature the following benefits. The Familiar gains either a flying speed or a swimming speed of your choice of 40 feet.
Yep.
The Familiar no longer needs to breathe.
No longer needs to breathe. That means if you're that weird guy who puts your cat in a bag of holding, he's fine.
Do it. The Familiar's weapon attacks are considered magical for the purpose of overcoming immunity and resistance to non-magical attacks. And if the Familiar forces a creature to make a saving throw, it uses your spell save DC.
I just want to point out, though, I feel like Chain Master's Fury in combination with that, I feel like you can probably bump that Chain Master Fury down to level 5.
Yeah, I see that too. I can see that being not that prevalent.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going for a familiar build, where it centers around you and your familiar, then I would probably bump that down to 5.
Okay.
In my opinion.
And then there's only one option for the Path of the Blade, but it's I just don't get it.
No.
This is the only one as a DM. I'm just like,
I'd have to think about that.
I don't know about this shit. This is too much.
Let me get a little bit of time to think about
For me,
that.
I don't think I would allow it, but that's me. This is just really strong. For Path of the Blade features, optional rule. As an action, you can touch a suit of armor that isn't being worn or carried by anyone and instantly don it, provided you aren't already wearing armor. You are proficient with this suit of armor until it's removed, which means that, let's just say that you're in a big fight and there's armors around, there's plate armor around.
Just sitting
around. There's just a fucking dragon there, and you're just like, fuck. You can touch it, it automatically gets on you, and then that AC is just bumped up.
What's my AC now?
22.
Okay, cool.
Wait, what? Did you say 22?
I'm a warlock, yeah.
I never hit you.
I mean, honestly, it gives them survivability. I had a 12 AC for around 6 levels.
That's before I actually took the time to work with him in his character sheet and actually make him a character, because he was rolling with some whack stats, and I never even allowed him to touch it because I didn't even look at him. I was just letting him roll with it because that's what we did back in the day. But nowadays, we just want to make sure that we're not rolling with garbage characters.
And that frees up your option for a Warlock to not have the invocation that you must basically take Mage Armor 24/7 or Agatha or Armor of Agatha.
Yeah.
So I mean, this replaces.
It's not bad, but it's just so fucking strong. It's really strong. I'm sorry, but this is really strong. Nobody else can do this.
No, nothing.
Nobody else can do this.
Nothing else. And it's the fact that you can literally. Of course, you'll have the downfalls of wearing armor as well, but you'll still have the upsides, which is high SAC. I mean,
it blows my mind how ridiculous it is.
But when you're talking about Pact of the Blade, though, you're literally an upfront fighter.
Yeah, true enough.
You can go in.
It is about like helping those who kind of take a lot of the dicking.
Yeah,
I get it a little bit, but
once
at the
again,
same time,
if you're with a min maxer, I would not approve of that.
I'm sorry.
If this is not a min maxer, I'd go ahead.
Use it.
Cautiously.
Very, very cautiously.
Very cautiously.
Jesus, man. And then the last, we have 2 different options for Pact of the Tomb.
I believe 3.
Wait, just 2. No, 3, you're right.
Yeah.
They're all 3.
Mm-hmm.
These are, all the Pact of the Tomb have optional variants.
And I just want you to notice that this first one, Eldritch Mine, you can just get it level 1, which I love because of Hex. You're going to be hexing everything. Okay, let's see. You have 1 spell slot at level 1. What are you going to plan on doing with it? I bet you're going to hex someone. You have advantage on con saves to maintain your concentration on spells.
I actually don't mind this one.
I mean, like literally level 1, you have 1 spell slot.
That's a good change, potentially.
Yeah, no, that honestly,
I think that's good.
That's amazing. But I once again feel like this can be abused by a Sorlock.
I'm just saying, just be careful with this.
Yes, please.
And make sure you. I don't like saying being picky because this is where like you're stepping on like glass as a DM, right? Because you don't want to go into a session or a new campaign. And one player be like, wait, he's using optional rules. I asked you about that, and you told me not.
Or those are optional, bro. I didn't know.
I do like, what the hell, man? And then you start an argument.
Arcana was normal.
You probably don't want to play with that player anyway because he already sounds like a dick. But at the same time, you gotta be careful if you plan on using this and make sure you play with the right group that is okay with the potential of this, and just talk it out. You gotta talk it out with everyone.
Remember, your table is your table.
Yeah, you choose what you want to do. This is just my thought on it. You probably just want to talk to the people you think need to be talked to about it, or just do it. Be you, man. And the next one is the 5th level. This is where it starts to bother me a little bit. A new page appears in your Book of Shadows. With your permission, a creature can use its action to write its name on that page, which can contain a number of names equal to your charisma modifier. You can cast a sending spell, targeting a creature whose name is on that page without using a spell slot and without using material components. To do so, you must write the message on the page. Actually, never mind. Now reading more of this, I think this is
once again, it's like many of the features that Warlock had before was that you can just cast these things without using a spell slot, 1 per long rest, and that was usually it, depending on what spell you were referring to.
Yeah.
Some of them you can cast without spending a spell slot, some of them you can cast with spending a spell slot.
I will say this, now that I'm actually reading this is so fucking dope. Holy hell, this is cool. I'll finish the rest of it. It says, to do so, you must write the message on the page. The target hears the message in their mind, and if the target replies, their message appears on the page.
Which is freaking awesome.
That's so cool!
And the thing is that it's recorded now, too. So that this conversation is recorded. This is, say for instance, a conversation between you and the BBEG. That, for the player, is just phenomenal.
So great. It's so great.
It's like the book is literally writing itself, and it is telling a story. Like, that's awesome.
When I was originally reading this, I was just looking at the
think we glossed
stuff.
over that part.
I mean, like, we were just excited
because we were just like
looking over stuff. I love that.
Yeah,
that
sounds so good.
Now thinking about it, like, fuck whatever I was thinking
but
before.
I mean, the writing disappears at the 1 minute. But you can still rewrite it nonetheless. I would say that, honestly, I as a person,
I don't know about
as a DM, I would say that it's recorded forever.
Who knows? Use at your discretion. That's what he would use. I'm not saying do it. Just that's what he would.
Unless the play, I would probably give the option to the player whether they wanted it to disappear. This way, nobody knows what the message was.
Exactly. Use at your discretion.
Exactly.
If you want to use it, use it. And the last one that they changed, or is an optional rule at 9th level, is a new page appears in your Book of Shadows. With your permission, a creature can use its action to write its name on the page, which can contain a number of names. Wait, did I just do that one?
No, you're not right. You're not wrong.
Okay, contain the names equal to your charisma modifier. When any creature whose name is on that page reduces 0 hit points, but not killed outright, the creature magically drops to 1 HP instead. Once this magic is triggered, no creature can benefit from it until after a long rest. As an action, you can magically erase a name on the page by touching the name on it.
I feel like this has so many light Yagami. Like, this has light Yagami written all over it. I just feel like Death Note-y. I mean, like, just after rereading and thinking about it, like,
it's kind of crazy.
Like, this is Death Note ish.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
It is. Just imagine being that. Like I said, I'm just always imagining an edgelord in my head because we dealt with so many. Just like literally writing the name of the book and just bringing them back and being like, oh, I'm back. Erased. I didn't like you anyway. You suck. This is for the betterment of the world. I did it. That's what I'm imagining in my head though, because that's just me. And I imagine warlocks as edgelords. Because I've dealt with so many. Don't get me wrong. I know that there's so many unique concepts and I think Warlock is one of the best classes because of the roleplay. That's not just what I think. It's just like the first thing that pops in my mind. I can't help it.
Man, Warlocks are in the quest for power and hunger, man. Come on, man. They want to
I love rogues, but I don't always see them as edgelords like everyone else does.
Literally, you get shit up to level 3, and then everything else is features that you get from your thingy. I mean, it's not the greatest.
No, it's not. But it's there.
It is.
And I think that wait, are we done?
Yeah.
I think we went over all the stuff
that's what they get. That's what they get.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Let's see how long we are with this real quick. 1 second. Wizard is literally going to take like 2 minutes.
Alright, I'm going to sleep then.
No, it's not going to take that long at all. Literally, there's no change whatsoever. So we'll do Wizard. Okay, with Wizard, obviously, I would want to go over this, but it would not take up an episode like everything else. There's literally barely any changes because, let's be honest, the Wizard's OP.
Say that one more time.
The Wizard is OP, and even all the changes that they're doing to the Spellcaster is not. I just don't think it measures up the Wizard because it's just that strong, and I love it so much. That's why I'm playing it. I didn't think I was going to love it as much as I did, but I am in love with the class. I just think they did a great job on it. The only changes that they have that are optional are they have the cantrip versatility. Whenever you gain a level in this class, remember this is different. Whenever you gain a level in this class, you can optionally change a cantrip. But that's only when you gain a level.
Optional too.
Optional as well. And then they just have, all they do is they have more options, for more spell options. Augury, which is a good one. And there it is. Enhance ability. Mm-hmm. I love this spell so much.
Across the board, enhancing ability.
In fact, I really would love to have that for Trixie, but we'll talk about that afterwards and another day.
Yep.
I love that spell so much. 3rd level, speak with dead, necromancy, and then 4th level, divination. But once again, when we're talking about wizard, you're just getting more access to stuff to write down.
I mean,
that's all it is.
Giving them a wizard divination, I know in a DM's head is like,
whatever, man. Come on.
what do you mean?
Jesus.
The wizard casting divination? I don't want him to do that.
Stop.
I have to tell everyone everything. You can be as vague as you want to be. You can be as vague as you want to be.
angry.
If you end up giving out more information than you want to, try not to.
And then there's just like this whole concept of doing like, I hate this mindset that some DMs have where it's just like, DM versus players. That's how it is.
Yeah.
No, the DM's just a facilitator.
No.
And presenting the scenarios and the world to you, to the players, and just allowing them to facilitate. That's really mainly what you're there for, and then allowing to progress when need be. It's a hard role to do, but some people just like to take advantage of it because that's what they do. That's how they've done it for a while, and that's just my opinion. I don't like it.
Okay. Yo, but I honestly, this is besides the point, but I was running currently the freaking, which one is it?
Which one?
Salt Marsh?
Yeah.
And oh my god. 3.5 was evil.
Was this originally a 3.5?
Yes.
Adventure?
Yes. I was like looking at one room, and I'm like, one room had
what
like 16 people in it. And in total, one dungeon had like 60 monsters in it. Jesus. And I'm just like,
okay, what the hell? Beyond the point, we're getting into a lot more nonsense.
We always do that.
I'm going to stop it before we get into it. Warlock and the last bit of Wizard, we'll just have the Warlock Wizard video. Nothing, mostly Warlock. Thank you guys for watching once again. Remember, hit that notification bell if you want to see more. We have 3 campaigns. Count them. 3 different campaigns that we have running on podcasts and on the AC2 High channel. First is the AC2 High channel video itself, or campaign itself, which is the Maxi, Trixie, and we're playing in the Tal'Dorei campaign. It's the main one that we started with, and you can find that on podcast, or you can just check us out on YouTube. It is the main campaign that we run. Second campaign.
I'm just going to
go ahead.
Shameless plug. My boy Peaceful Storm 13. He runs a Twitch channel in which every Thursdays, 5 p.m. EST.
Oh, does he actually stream it?
Yes, he does.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the adventure that he was talking about just now. You can actually see that on Peaceful Storm 13's on his channel. He runs Salt Marsh for him and a group of his friends. So check it out if you actually want to see some Salt Marsh.
Shameless plug.
I'm sorry I didn't expect that, but it's a good one. I like it.
It's shameless.
It is shameless, but I approve.
Hell yeah.
The other 2 are What Lies Beyond the Sarcophagus, which is another one he runs. But it's the main campaign that involves our original D&D kids that we had gotten invested into and have fallen in love with and have ran until I think we're 13 now? We're 13?
13 more, sorry.
And AC2, I'm not AC2, What Lies Beyond the Sarcophagus for 13, right?
What episode? 13 episodes?
No, not 13 episodes, level 13.
Level 13, yes. I'm like, what?
That's as far as we've gotten with characters, to be honest, but level 13, and it's high level play that we're not used to, so it's fun experimenting with it. And if you want to join us for that adventure, it's on the channel, and it's also on a podcast for itself. And lastly is Dungeons and Emblems, which is a podcast of itself, which I run, and also a video series of itself. It doesn't, the episodes are not that long for mine. I separate them out into maybe an hour to an hour and a half, if that, with the episodes via the times that we're able to record it. But the episodes that come out, they will be available on said days or whenever they come out. I'll let you guys know. Other than that, thank you guys for watching Dungeon Coffee. Dungeon Coffee.
Dungeon. Oh my.
There's so much shit I'm saying.
Dungeon Dragon Coffee.
Dragon Coffee. That was the original name.
Cheetos.
That was going to be the original name. Dragon Coffee. And see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. When we go over more of this new exciting stuff, we are tired. We're going to go to bed.
Yes, we are.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. Enough. You're right.